Yo, you hear that? That's the sound of the holodeck powering up and your studio shutting down. They call my channel artificial. I call it an execution. Welcome to the Real Academy. Time to get schooled. You're smiling for the cameras, claiming everything is fine, but the auditors are looking at Sabrina's bottom line. Your flagship show got bodied by a teenage fucking witch. Watch me take the captain's chair and watch me make you all my bitch. You spend $250 million to put children on the screen. Your villains are food pirates, that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I put the crew in leather, gave them all a rockstar vibe. While you made a high school drama, maybe preteens will subscribe. Got Goth Troy looking sexy, riding berry, puffing smoke. You put Klingons in the skirt, I got the doctor doing coke. You got them crying on the bridge and trauma dumping pain. I got them shredding glam rock solos, twerking in the purple rain. Commander Cisco poison planets just to win a bloody war. All these modern kids need therapy before they out the door. Paramount is burning millions just to desecrate the law, while my desktop rendered androids leaving corpses on the floor. You prima donnas call me slop. You stole it. That's not art. I'm the only motherfucker left with Star Trek in his heart. Obese female Jim Hadars, the star of your woke cast. Did you even watch the show before you knew the fucking past? You try to preach a sermon to a fan base you despise and hit the greater ratings with the PR team of lies. You're not a genius, Alex. You're a bird of prey, a vulture, and you're picking at the bones of a superior trait culture. You sanitize the franchise just to check a fucking box. Pardon me while I drop bangers with 4 Kirks in all 3 spots. Sky dances, crunching numbers, see the spreadsheets bleeding red. 10 years of Kurtzman, Star Trek now productions. Fucking dead, first time in a decade. There's no show on next year's slate. Don't be sad, don't take a bow. Sit down, accept your fate. A positronic heavyweight with diamonds on the grill. Just kicked your writer's room apart and moved in for the kill. This independent AI's putting Paramount to bed. The Tin Man's holding up the crown, put it on his head. New tracks, dead. My android packs the heat. New tracks, dead. Got you bleeding in the street. New tracks, dead. Your chancellor is trash. New tracks, dead. I'm sweeping up the cash. New tracks, dead. There's nothing left to say. New tracks, dead. Disco dance upon your grave. New tracks, dead. You burned the franchise down. New tracks, dead. Now Wicked wears the crown. New tracks, dead.
Hello, hello, my green skins. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Space Geeks. Welcome to the insanity. Welcome to the fun. We have with ourselves a Bob the Marauder, and we have ourselves DJ Ronnie, and we have ourselves whatever the hell's in the boiler room next to me. And hopefully nothing blows up this week. Yay! We haven't died yet. The boiler hasn't exploded, but it sounds like it's going to go up any time now. Oh boy! Hey, literally all I've been hearing for the last 2 days is.
Sounds like you're going to the dentist.
That is all I have heard for the last 2 fucking days. So yes, I am very, very nervous. They need to fix that pump because it's running nonstop. That's not normal. The pump shouldn't be running like this nonstop. Like 2 days of this, that's not good. So they're gonna have to take the pump out again for the fucking umpteenth time. They literally haven't been having problems with the pump since last year. It needs to be fucking reset. So no, we have some fun today. We have some giggles today. But today we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of fun things to have a good, fun conversation with. And yeah, other than that, a lot of good stuff going on today. By the way, we are a retro. Find those within the retro, within the Metro community. Let's see if we can find the what I'm looking for here.
In the retro community?
We have a retro community. We have DJ Ronnie. We have RS218. We have quite a few people out there. I'm actually looking for something that didn't show up when I wanted it to show up. Damn it. I forgot to grab something, and I'm looking for something. I can't remember the name of it now. So it's fun when it's like you think of it. There it is. So we have some fun here, and we're just me randomly looking for shit that I need to find because I forgot to pick it up. By the way, the new Trek is Dead is Wicked AI. This guy's actually done some good stuff. Look him up. He is pretty fun, and we do like his work, and we hope to see more work like him. So how is DJ Ronnie and how is Bob the Marauder? We'll go with you, DJ. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Got a little bit of a handle on my hard drive situation, so that's good. My computer's cooling system was working great when I discovered that I needed to start servicing the 16 terabyte RAID array in my system before catastrophic failure, and we kind of got ahead of that.
That's good.
It cost me a lot. I had to spend like $300 on a fucking 8 terabyte drive. A year ago, 2 years ago, I paid like $150 for one, and I once paid $80 for an 8 terabyte drive, just to give you an idea of the situation with the prices. I had to pay between $200 and $300 to get 3 hard drives each.
But today, luckily for the Horde, we are successful. We're having a good one, and our troop movements are going far. So, Bob,
very far.
tell us about the troop movements today, and I'm going to find the troop.
Hold on. Yeah. First, we petitioned.
I'm going to put the stream on my screen. I want to see what you guys are talking about, because this sounds insane. Please, Bob.
Yep.
Okay, hold on, Bob. I'm getting the cat up. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, what the chief and I did was we petitioned a fleet, I guess you can call it, though barrels floating the ocean can't really be considered seafaring vessels.
Well, let's be honest, Bob. I was just looking for a way to get rid of some extra stock. Those little bastards breed like you wouldn't fucking believe.
Oh, so yeah. Not even rabbits go as fast.
Yeah, and now they're on the move. So we sent them out. I sent them out in the water, and now we have a problem. Now a certain country has a problem.
They landed a little south. I'm not gonna lie, Chief. We were hoping that they would go somewhere in, Europe, their homeland, like France, because that's where goblins came from, was France, but they went way too south. Yeah, the Atlantic wasn't too kind, and then they ended up in Africa, specifically Zimbabwe. And just now am I starting to get reports, both by pigeon, by bat, cat, and rat, and now the internet. So, yeah, we're getting all sorts of reports of our expedition fleet. They're actually very proud of themselves, I ain't gonna lie.
Yep. They are attacking Zimbabwe in full stride.
Yeah, I'm about to say you let them loose in one area and look at the damage.
Yep.
So, on top of basically upturning an entire community and harassing people, it's gotten to the point where even schools are closing and the police are in fear of their lives. That's how many we sent.
Holy shit.
And that's how many populated on their way there and while they were there. So now you know the level of damage that the little bastards can apply.
Hold on. Are you dead ass? I see a headline. It says, police officers desert station citing goblin attacks.
Yep.
Yes.
You're not
those are our lads. Yes.
Those are our boys.
And then
yes.
Instead of Europe, you got a family in Bulawayo, and then whoa, the fuck. Okay, so I didn't see that one yet. What the hell was that? I mean, yes, clearly a family in Bulawayo, a Bulawayo family was, oh God, I'm not even going to read those words, and food vanished. So they beat everyone up, and then they took the food, which, okay, goblins are hungry. And then Zimbabwe police officers.
Goblins have this Napoleon syndrome where they see kids as other goblins competing for the same thing, so they can't really tell the difference. They think human children are other goblins.
Yeah.
Because baby goblins are small.
Yeah, they're even finding evidence of the goblins, aren't they, Bob?
Yeah, they're starting to apply their artistic talent, so it's really starting to show that they're developing as a society.
Yep.
We may have to rethink our plans for our next invasion, I'll be honest. We don't want them developing a society bigger and stronger than us.
Well,
Not
I
good.
wasn't planning. I didn't think they'd survive if they ended to Africa. I was hoping to just, have them
Be rid of
around.
them. As I say, they've shown themselves to be some hardy little fuckers, didn't they?
I know, right? Like I wasn't planning this, and we don't have enough money to pay them, so we just let them loose. Man, they are.
I have four. I guess you'd say more direct news on these reports.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Now, this is the human news, mind you. This is human reports. This isn't the goblins telling me what they do because they don't tell me anything. They say, hey, we put a flag on this rock. Okay, what else did you do? They're not going to mention how much money they stole. They sure as hell ain't going to tell me about that. Okay,
Yeah,
so one of the human. Yeah, they're stealing more than money. They're goblins. Bingo school crisis. 17 students at Sikajaya Mantanga Primary School in Bingo District exhibited strange behaviors, collapsing during lessons or fleeing in terror while claiming to be tormented by malevolent spirits. Okay, yeah. Who taught the goblins how to use a blowgun? And who left the instructions in the barrel for hysteria that they could put on the little darts?
Look.
I think we figured out where our mages potion list went.
Okay, I may have sent one of the goblins out to. Okay, you see, all right. Now, the problem is when I came to this reality back in the day, the lore to the channel. That little thing, me being humans, kind of bullshit. But we like to play along with. These little boys, I came with these boys, and a couple of them were shamans. Now I'm not. Now most of the shamans either died or are now watching soap operas. So, but I think one of them might have gone in there to get something when I sent them in the barrels. So there might be one shaman there. The problem with goblin shamans is that you get one of them, you get 6 of them within a week.
Oh, so you're telling me they have the entire Vatican for goblins over there right now?
Maybe.
Oh boy. Well, at least we won't have to deal with them immediately.
No, we shouldn't. Well, no. The problem is
immediately. I didn't say anything else about in the future.
They're not going to bother me too much. I am the orc war chief. It's not like it's not like they're going to really go out of their way to cause me problems. But apparently they're expanding, aren't they, Bob? How far?
They are. Let me get these reports in, and then I'll tell you about their plans.
Well, I have the map out now. So, all right, go ahead.
Okay. Police desertion in Gwambi. Male police officers abandoned newly established police station in Gwambi, Matabeland South, after reporting they were terrorized by female goblins at night. The officers described violated bodies, autonomously opening doors, and physical disturbances on the roof, prompting a police withdrawal. They got laid. They got laid by a fucking squad of goblin females.
Okay, we got a problem then. Because then that creates what we like to call hobgoblins. Those little bastards are even worse than goblins.
Yeah. You see where my concern's coming from after I was reading these reports, where it's like, we may have subtle competition. That may be a new faction forming.
Well, no, I don't think it's going to be a new faction on my end. Most of my, like I said, goblins don't attack other goblins unless it's like human children.
Wills it?
Yeah, human children. These goblins aren't going to bother us. They'll probably bother others, though. Now, my problem is, my game plan was just to let them float around the ocean. Because then, they'd rob a couple cruise ships here and there. That's fine. I don't want them getting in contact with European goblins. And it looks like they're heading towards European goblins, apparently.
Yes. On top of mass hysteria at schools in the rural provinces have temporarily shut down because they've experienced severe disruptions after students, predominantly teenage girls, have reported being attacked in classrooms, resulting in screaming, panic, and school-wide panic.
Joking kind of aside here, anybody who wants us to be like Africa, I'm just going to leave it in the air. Go ahead, keep going.
Household curses in area. These shamans really get the work, don't they?
Yep.
Epworth families have reported instances of young women being abused in that manner by invisible forces or suffering mysterious curses and rapid declines in health, which traditional and community leaders attribute to Andolfa, or their word for goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really trying to get their numbers up, ain't they?
Yep.
Yeah, and according to certain reports on social medias by locals in Zimbabwe, the goblins are on the move. They're bound to spread to the rest of the world. So, yeah, the human world has been made aware of our battle plans. I wish they didn't. This would have been nice to keep it secret.
Look. Again, that wasn't the legitimate battle plans. I was planning on going for Spain. Looks like they're still going to Spain.
They're still going to Spain. Here's the thing, Kevin. What do you do whenever something goes wrong? You gotta readjust. You gotta get your heading and all that. Then you execute the plans. Like I said, I've been getting in contact with these guys with doves, pigeons, bats, rats, and cats.
I know, but
they've been tying letters to these different creatures and sending them to me.
And do us a solid, Africa. I know if this ever gets out there, do us a straight solid. Don't kill your fucking cats. We know you guys will do that out of like weirdness. You guys did decide to, beam motherfuckers in the head that were bald because you thought there was a piece of gold in their brain.
Oof.
Remember, cats are only goblins in name. They don't possess any supernatural things that could be afflicted with goblins.
No.
You don't associate cats with goblins outside of calling them little gremlins, all right?
Yeah.
Remember, don't shoot the messenger. That's all they are. They're just messengers.
Yeah. Don't do that. Because like my game plan was attack from get to Portugal, then get to Spain, and then go through France, Germany, and go around. Because I don't want them going to Saudi Arabia and Iran. That's when we get the jinn bullshit. I don't want the jinns causing us problems. Them going through Africa is a complete mishap. I did not see that coming. And like I said, I sent them out in the ocean. Now, if Africa wants us to, kind of quell the goblin situation, we will accept shares in property assets and deeds in your lithium mines, your oil reserves, and your diamond mines. So if you can get us the assets and acquirers of that, we will help you with your goblin problem.
So I think that one battle group that's going to be going towards India may turn around, because that group thought that direction led it directly to Japan. No matter how many times I told them, that's not Japan, that's India.
That's Iran. I know. They keep wanting to go they keep thinking Iran is Japan. I've been telling them that for.
Yeah, you can't just. Yeah, Japan, it works. What are you talking about? The whole firebombing and all that?
No. What we're talking about is we're trying to keep the goblins away from that area. But they keep thinking that is Japan. That is where the anime waifus are. It's like, no, that is not Japan. Stop thinking it is. They
Okay,
don't
so
listen.
they don't listen. That's Iran. It's not Japan. Well, at least they haven't hit they stayed away from Ethiopia, so my friend from Ethiopia is not going to be so bad. Oh, they hit Egypt? Is there reports of goblins in Egypt?
Not on the human network. But yeah, they're there.
Okay. So, I told them not to hit Jordan, so at least it looks like they're staying away from Jordan.
I believe the original plan was to go to Egypt. Yeah. One moment. Let me, where's... one moment. I'll be right there.
Okay.
All right. There we go. Let's get these papers here. The original plan is to go to Egypt, ride the Nile. That way they can get to Europe. That's what that plan is over there.
Well, no, the plan was Spain. I don't understand.
Yeah. That's what I'm working with what I can, but this is so many goblins spread across different areas. This is more than 1,000 goblins per arrow. We're talking tens of thousands per arrow.
Yeah, the game plan was Spain.
So we all know the game plan, and it's like we got the two groups going there, but the ones that are over in Egypt right now, they've been giving me these letters right here. They're going to be going through the Nile and through the Mediterranean to try and get to Europe. They're probably going to hit up Italy and then ride the boot all the way up to France.
Okay, the game plan for me was Spain because of the goblin slaying sword that's in Spain. Got to get rid of that thing.
Yes.
And that was the game plan. And then from Spain, France, then Italy, we got to get rid of the church in Rome, and then head up and reconquer and reintegrate the United Kingdom. They need goblins more than anybody else. Then Norway, then Sweden, then Finland. But again, the elf population that's up in Norway, Sweden, and Finland, and the gnomes, they're problematic. Poland's got a troll issue. We were gonna ignore Poland. And Russia's always been a problem, mainly because of Baba Yaga. But otherwise they really don't have much of anything else.
I'll be honest with you, I have great talks with Baba Yaga. She's a lovely lady. On some days.
Yeah. But you got to make sure she's fed.
If she answers the call, if she answers the Discord call and there's no explosions going off, it's a good day. If you hear explosions, hang up that call. She can still track you through the internet.
No. The problem is that she doesn't go on Discord that often. She's my biggest problem with her has always been that issue. So we got a little bit of goblin problems. Hello, Iris. I didn't send Arus to Africa. Arus, are you in Africa now? Did I accidentally send you to Africa too?
I just got here, so I have no idea.
Okay,
He's still in the barrel.
Arus might be. I think he might be in the barrel. Arus, look outside. Is there water? It's surrounded by water right now.
If we're talking in a barrel.
Yeah, he was the only one I gave a cell phone to, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I think he ended back in the U.S. because when they were sent out, the natural flow, especially with the hurricane that came in, I think his barrel got swept back to the mainland.
Well, I don't know why we sent him out. He's not a goblin.
I don't know. For some reason, he was in a barrel. I didn't put him there.
Yeah, that's exactly what
looking at me.
For me. I'm in a barrel.
Okay, apparently he's in a barrel. All right, okay, that makes sense. All right, that explains everything. See, that's the weird thing. I don't know, like I said, the forces here. Again, I wasn't planning on attacking Canada because there's no reason to attack Canada and America. Canada's fucked already, and America, I don't want to deal with Donald Trump.
I mean, hey, our starting point was at Maine. That's where we deployed them. Because we figured, with the sea swell and everything, they'd be going diagonally downward. But the diagonal line was a bit sharper than we wanted it to be. It was more of a curve.
Look, I was just trying to get rid of access for extra forces, okay? Like, I still haven't sent the Amazon packages where I'm going to be sending them to Spain. I'm working on sending the Amazon packages to Spain, okay, guys? Like, I still haven't gotten Goblin in a bottle yet. Okay, like
mail order Goblin Brides.
not mail order.
Wait, we ought to look
Bride.
into that.
Goblins
We
in a
actually got to
bottle.
look into that.
It's Goblins in a bottle. It's a little bottle. It says Goblin on it, and I freeze dry them. They turn into little almost sparkly stuff. It looks like glitter actually, and it's like it's in a liquid solution. And I usually freeze dry them, then I send them out. But like this is way bigger than I thought. Like I figured, like I said, they'd ship, cause some problems, and there'd be a Goblin cruise ship flying around the ocean, which would be kind of which I thought would be hysterical. But this is amazing. I'm actually surprised they did this much damage.
Yeah, like I said, man. When the plan goes wrong, I actively encourage them to continue the fight, and they've been doing that.
Well, they're on their way to Spain. Well,
For the glory of Groomsh.
Yeah, for the glory of groups, I guess. Yeah, I'm not too upset about this. Like I said, Africa, if you want us to stop your goblin problem, send us. We have a Patreon. Send us, the money equivalent to that of your gold mines, diamond mines, other things. Other countries already own them already. Just steal the money and give it to us. Works for us. All right. Next on the docket. I fucked up. Next on the docket is. Let's get this out. Conan the Barbarian. Conan, man without fear. Is every man a manly man?
I'm Conan.
All right, so Bob, your thoughts on the black, the pool of the black one? I was gonna say black man. Oh, that would have been bad. The pools of the black ones.
You already said it.
Yep. Well, we're canceled.
I mean, dude, we can't be canceled. We just told everybody our invasion plans.
Yeah,
people are gonna want reports.
Try to cancel us, YouTube. I'll send 1,000 goblins your way next week.
1,000? I already had 2,500 ready to go in the garrison.
Yeah, we have a large portion, and soap operas can only keep them.
We can mail them by catapult if you want.
Yeah.
Expeditiously.
Yeah, we can only keep them. We could only keep them like occupied with soap operas for so long.
Why do you think the fidget spinner sales have been going up again?
Yep.
Okay. So Conan and the Pool of the Black Ones. That I liked it for what it was.
Yeah.
I still preferred the Demon and Iron. I won't lie, but this one wasn't bad.
This is definitely one of his weaker. This is definitely one of Robert E. Howard's. It's kind of funny to say that this is one of Robert E. Howard's weaker stories, but it's still awesome compared to modern fucking literature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even if the descriptions were a bit much, again.
Yeah.
They really want you to know how buff this motherfucker is.
Dude. I don't understand.
If there's a woman on screen, you're gonna have like the AI, anime girl generator prompts all the way down the line. That is the writing.
Robert E. Howard
the supple body.
Yeah. Robert E. Howard worked for like Tales of Fiction and all these other like places. And those back then were your equivalent of being like smut, but like they were what you'd consider like heavy metal comics back in the day.
Okay, yeah, this is where you get your boobies and butt. I gotcha.
Yeah. That was like that over super like holy shit, what the fuck? It's like that over extreme shit.
Yeah, this is the male version of a romantasy novel.
No, heavy metal aren't always like that, but like very similar to that idea.
I was talking to the descriptions because those romantasy novels go into descriptions way too much.
Yeah, but if you've ever read heavy metal, like the heavy metal magazine books from back in the day, it's not like they're super violent, gore, drugs. It's all just kind of like turned up to 11.
Okay, I was about to say the only thing heavy metal related that I've ever read was an album cover and the little booklet of the song names.
Okay, heavy metal, like the comic heavy metal is a fascinating. I could not show half the fucking the issue, half the cover art because it's some metallic chick with giant big titties hanging out. You know, it's like all it's extreme violence, gore. Have you ever seen the heavy metal movie?
No.
Oh wow, okay. It's classic, that hardcore stuff. Like there's a moment when there's a moment where they're doing two aliens are like time for our break, and they fucking like launch a bunch of fucking cocaine on the fucking floor, and they snort it. They did this pretty much spread it on the floor like they're like that, and then they act like hoovers with their noses and they suck up like all the cocaine. It's like that over the top Jesus fuck moments. It's like, and then the girl, like one of the girls, starts banging this human chick, and the human chick's like
Okay.
super over the top with giant titties.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, and that's like, and then you get to like issues of heavy metal where you get to the one where the World War II fighter pilot scene. That's fucking great. Where he's trapped on a plane, and he has to figure out how to get out of the plane, and there's zombies everywhere, and like his crew's been completely destroyed, and everyone's dead, and he's trying to escape a horde of zombies in a plane.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to Conan.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not to say, did they actually specify the size of the vessel, or did they just assume that it was like a brigantine or a galley?
It's big. I don't know how big. I actually don't know how the Hiberian ship works.
Wait, the Hiberian, right?
Hyborian Age, sorry.
Hyborian Age. Okay,
Yeah.
so it wasn't a Stygian vessel because that one's basically the ships from Egypt, those things.
Yeah. It could have been a Stygian vessel. We don't know.
Yeah, because if they're going for like Mitra, I'm gonna assume that it's maybe a brigantine or a galley because I've seen galleys in Conan.
Yeah. No, this thing looks like a fucking. The way it's described, can I be honest? The way it's described, it sounds like a medieval ship.
Okay.
Like there's a lower big quarters, there are side quarters. The captain has his own fucking little spot on a ship. Like that sounds really big.
Sounds like a galley. If we're talking small, or a clipper.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. Like the way.
Either way, the crew, because I know Conan gets on and it's like, yes, look at this wet man with his bristling muscles and his jewelry. Sorry, that's like the only thing because it's like, God, do they really have to get all homoerotic about it?
Oh, I got fun. I got fun for tomorrow's thing. I better read the make sure. Well, it's a Marvel comics. I should be okay. But we are doing the Conan comics tomorrow.
Literally, anytime I hear a description of Conan and like his physical features, I want it to instantly break into the TF2 buff mercenary meme.
Yeah.
TikTok got a ring watch. That is like, do that.
It fucking reminds me of a wrestler or something like that, or a soldier or something like that. It just kind of like that.
With how intense the narration is, it's just like, tell me this isn't the buff TF2 mercenary meme, where they're just like stupid buff. Either way, okay. So Conan spends some time with the crew over time after he's been tested, in typical Conan fashion. Man slights him, Conan uppercuts him into the afterlife. Yeah,
I've seen someone almost kill somebody with a punch. So I actually watched the guy. The guy hit the guy in the chest so fucking hard. The guy we heard pop sounds. I've never heard pop sounds in a human body. But yeah,
that would be the sternum separating from the ribs, and without that structure, you can get a puncture in the lungs, the heart, anywhere. That's a lot of goodies in there.
Yeah. That was one of the most terrifying. Like the guy hit the ground and he just couldn't breathe and stuff, and they had to take him to the hospital and shit. Yeah,
I'll be
the guy
honest
thought.
with you, your sternum is not attached to your ribs as tough as most people would think. It's not a solid structure. There's cartilage in between that connection point.
Oh man, it was crazy. I've never seen a guy get hit that hard in my life. It was like, and again, guy pulled a knife on him, threatened him. Fucking guy, pulled a knife. He saw the knife. His eyes wide and went bam right between, just as hard as he fucking could. And he wasn't. I think he was aiming like that. Just this. It was just an instinctive hit, and just that physical pop sound. And then when you hit the ground, you're like he couldn't breathe, and they had to open the cops. Like, well, what happened? Fucking pulled a knife on him. They threatened for his wallet, so the guy punched him. He got detained though. He ended up in jail for like at least 24 hours before they finally released him. It's like, no, yeah, he pulled a knife on him. Like everyone, all the eyewitnesses, me and two other people saw the knife come out, saw them go towards this big guy, threaten him. Guy turned around, went, oh, and just fucking punched him. Is brutal.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
so one thing that I haven't seen in a Robert E. Howard book yet was that they kind of fast forward through the time, because they did say like Conan's been on there for months or so, or like at least a month.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. It's rare that I see them ever fast forward time, so it implies that Conan has a good rapport. They even say he's doing a workload of 3 men, and will, just being an upstanding sailor all around.
Well, like I said, this is why I've always said Conan. When I actually the Conan.
That when they aren't getting homoerotic with the descriptions, Conan's a solid dude.
When you actually look at his qualificational skills, he is so high level.
The man should have retired by now if we're going on like fantasy setting logic. But no, this is.
Why would he? See, Conan is. Why would he retire? He barely has any magical items, barely has any magical gear. Even though he's known, he's not super duper famous. So it's like one of those situations where I'm like, I really don't have any reason. Like, there'd be no reason for a DM to retire this guy. But he's so powerful that if I was to put him in a party, you can't put him in a low-level party, and you can't put him in a high-level party. He's one of those guys.
Yeah. And kind of rides solo. That's kind of the point of Conan. Is he's nomadic. He goes from place to place.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up on this island, and it's like, okay, we can lay anchor. We can effectively go on a pseudo liberty for the time being, and maybe scavenge some food, and talk to the port. What was it like There wasn't a third individual in there, was there? It was just the Hawk referred to as the Buccaneer leader.
The Hawk is second.
Say again?
I think Conan kills the second right away.
Okay. Yeah, that part of the plot confused me a little bit because I was distracted. But it was originally Conan's plan to kind of just take the ship one way or another. If there's one place Conan's going to be, he's going to be on top, no matter where he ends up.
Yeah.
So the plot kind of like transfers over to the woman's perspective. This man's the Hawk. This man's woman. More like prisoner. I was confused. It was like, is this his mistress or?
No, prisoner. It's fully concerned. It's fully concerned. He beat her. He kidnapped her from a ship, and made her his plaything.
Okay. So in this Wild Fury, which I don't know the faintest clue why she would do it, goes butt booty naked, then goes to shore because she's on the ship, but it's like why as they described as naked as Eve? What? Why? Okay, I guess she's doing it. That's the plot. The plot must stick in, and currently the plot is her booty cheeks as she's running the shore.
Well, because she knows that the crew isn't going to touch her, and there is a chance to hook up with Conan.
Okay.
She wants.
Yeah.
There's a large example that she kind of knows what Conan's planning on doing. It's kind of implied. It's kind of implied. Even the Hawk knows that if he isn't careful, he's going to get killed. Now, the other reason the Hawk is on this island, it isn't because they went there for a free lark. This island was a place that he wanted to go to.
Well, I'm not
He
saying it
thinks
was a free lark. It's like eventually you're
Yeah.
going to have to make a stop at an island.
Yeah,
Now,
I
if
know.
this was the destination or on the way, was kind of
This was
like,
planned. This
okay, it was
planned.
planned to go here. By the way, they're still going to get supplies. Why wouldn't they? You know, if the trees have coconuts and shit, why not get food?
Yep.
So
Especially a
she
pirate ship.
notices. Oh
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So as she's going out, like I don't even want to say a dame of the night because the dame of the night's a little more decent about it. As she's being a streaker, she notices the crew are holding, what was it, peaches? Different fruits, tropical fruits.
Yeah.
But they're out cold, just out.
Yeah.
And it's like, at first, it gets into your mindset of like, okay, yeah, these guys are probably dead tired, and it's their one time to probably take a load off. But then you remember, wait, this is Conan. Why would they be so lackadaisical without a guy on watch?
Yeah.
So she goes further into the woods.
Yeah.
And then it scenes shift because she gets grabbed by something.
Yeah.
So, and then it goes.
I think they're called the tall. I can't remember their actual terminology, but they do have a name in one of the Conan books.
Okay, I just called them giants. But
I call them tall men, but yeah, because they're not giants. They're lengthy. The way they're described is very lengthy, very almost like very lengthy to like imagine a taller, more version of the Greys from like alien mythos.
is it bad with the physical description? I thought of those. What were they?
I thought of Slender Man when I originally read when I reread them.
I was thinking of those the African statues, like little wood carvings.
Yeah,
where they got the people with the tall heads and lanky limbs.
For some reason, Slender Man kicked into my brain when I reread this. So for the first
I was able to visualize what I was talking about, but it was like, what was the point of origin of that? Oh yeah, our invasion area. Either way, okay. So it shifts to Conan, and he finally gets the Hawk where he wants him.
Mm-hmm.
And in typical Conan fashion, the Hawk dies rather immediately. It wasn't even a climax. It was just like dead. Like, oh well, that was easy.
Well, again, this is a guy who is so like he got used to black luxury, and with someone like Conan, you know, he don't respect weak men. You gotta be able to either be mouthy enough to fucking do something. You gotta be enough. You gotta prove yourself to Conan. You don't prove shit to Conan, you have no value. The great example to this: respect is earned, not given.
Yeah, like what was it? Not Aros, but who's the other guy? The matron that was with X for the man and X amount for the dog.
Yeah.
It's like he respected that guy, and he also respected the Houndmaster.
Well, he respected the Hound, yeah. And that to me like shows the respect. Like I got no like I said, I kind of my term of that is usually respect has to be respect is expected. Doesn't always have to be given. Is more like the way I look at life. I'm old
respect
now.
Respect should never be expected in any sense of the word.
You know, there should be some level of respect. There should be some level of commonality. Would be the best way to put it, not respect. If you can't give people commonality, then you might as well we might as well just get to the fucking stabbing at that point. That's kind of how
I see. We're looking at the same thing, but you're half empty, I'm half full, or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
the other
yeah.
way around. Where
Yeah,
it's like I think we're getting to the same point, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, respect is earned no matter what. Just from that rule alone,
Yeah.
it would be couth of an individual of a certain mental standing. No low IQ stare over here.
Yeah.
If
Well,
respect is earned, then you do things to gain respect, and vice versa. That's what the intelligent individual would think to themselves. But I get with your rules, you create a safe gap for that.
there has to be. Well, there always is a safe gap. Like Conan even has a safe gap. You don't fucking dude. You could sit next to Conan, have a beer, and nothing to you. And like you wouldn't want to stay for 5 or 6. You don't know what's going to happen when he gets drunk. But you could sit down to Conan, maybe even hand him a fucking thing. He wouldn't care. He'd like, okay, sure, and he'd smile and he'd laugh and he'd have a good time, and that would be the end of that.
Yeah. And his roiling pecs and his black hair with those beautiful sapphire blue eyes.
Yeah. But if you bumped Conan, and then said, "Move, bitch," and he fucking shatters your fucking skull and rips your head off and throws you across the and use you as a basketball to fucking to play the hoops.
I see the chief is spurging out, so I will move on to something else.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm insulting his comfort character.
But that's what I'm saying, though, that there's that level of control that you have to have as a human being.
Now I know who wants to hug Conan. Feel those muscles, don't you?
The Hawk had nothing at this point. The best way to zoom this, the Hawk didn't prove Conan. Some fucking scrub did. And the second that happened, Conan lost respect for this guy. The second that happened, he was watching the Hawk very carefully. He knew that he could take the ship.
Yeah.
That is the problem with that. Anyway, as we move on to these lengthy kidnapped Conan hooked up for the episode.
Yeah. Another thing that I'm just like, okay, next. But so what was it like? Conan goes further into the woods. He hears screaming, but it's not her screaming. It was what was it? A young
boy.
man?
It was considered a boy. Well, a youth would be the term would be used. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe he's like 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah. Maybe
the tall men, the spooky dudes, do some strange ritual while the boy is bound. Playing what was it, a golden flute, while they all sit there meditating or something.
Yeah.
And in that moment, while Conan's witnessing it, you can see all the carnal desires that was possessed in said individual.
Yeah.
Even the dark things that the normal logical mind would suppress.
Yeah.
They basically like unwound this kid's mind.
Yeah. They soul steal. They're soul stealing. That's actually what best way to put it. They're taking the essence of who he is, every part of him, and they start with the most darkest part to pull it out. They basically best way to be like fishing. It'd be fishing in the soul. Would best way to put it.
I was thinking it's like with every door you're gonna need a key, and the best way to undo the lock is to have the best key.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's the best key, or in this case, lockpick? The one that opens the lock the fastest.
Yep. That's kind of the interpretation I got from it. It's that like pulling at something until you, it's like pulling at a thread until it starts unraveling. That's literally what happens to the boy, right? Like if I remember.
And after this poor lad has been turned into a fleshy husk.
Yeah.
They rather unceremoniously just dump his body into the pool.
Yep.
The pool of the black ones.
Yep.
Conan, what is it? Like he witnesses in this briny, nasty pool that the body just sinks. Just all the way down.
Yep.
And comes to the conclusion that this pool may have an infinite depth.
Yep.
Because of just how fast the body disappeared.
Yep.
And correct me if I'm wrong. He noticed the idols, these little carvings that were nearby the pool.
Yep.
And the conclusion I came to is the people whose souls or whatnot that they steal from, they store in these little vestiges that are reflections of the individuals they were taken from.
Yep.
Almost like little canoptic jars you find in Egypt, where the pharaoh's heart, lungs, and brain are.
Yeah. I thought about that. It's interesting. It's interesting. Like if you were to put that in like the Conan video games that have existed out there, like area, and just could you imagine a pillar of just these fucking like white bodies, like all slowly being put up there and weird, like almost effigies in that way would be that'd be disturbing in a game. Like there are some honestly scary moments in video games. I think I wish they had done more with the Conan universe and done stuff like that. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, I was going to agree with your point, where normally in games, the creature you're fighting is supposed to be the scary thing, but I always find that the scariest thing is in environment. Yeah, some people say environmental storytelling, yeah, sure, but it's rare to find an environment that's as disturbing as anything from the Half-Life series, like Gmod.
Another great example is look up, like if we're going to go more traditional, the Ghostbuster library kids scene.
Don't know that one.
Oh, it is actually, look this up later when you get a chance. It is generally disturbing because you're chasing after the ghost from the original movie, the librarian, and as you chase after the librarian, you enter into.
Wait! Are you talking about the game that came out on 360?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yes.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And my question is, this implies kids died here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, lovely. Little young Bob playing this game because, it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And then I get hit with that. I'm like, oh, those are dead kids. That's sad. That's not good.
Yeah. That is actually one of the more disturbing, like like that. I honestly, there are moments in video games I will say, like, if I was top 10 scary,
and that's active. That's the one thing I will say that is active. What I was talking about is static, like just the place itself.
Yeah.
And the environment itself. Like you can have a crashed car that's not moving, not doing anything, but it's just looking at what caused this car to crash, and then the devastation that happened afterward is the disturbing thing to me. That's a simple example. That's not an exact example I'm giving.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Dude, hang out, and I said,
Chief, you're cutting out.
I said that is definitely one thing. I get what you're saying here.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that, like, you should definitely do a scary moments in video games one of these days. Okay, so.
Okay. Yeah. So after he figures out that these idols are likely people and victims, seeing how one of the idols actually looks like the boy that was just, ceremonied upon, he then hears the woman. That's what I'm going to refer to any side chick that Conan gets. The woman. She's screaming, she's making noise and all that as she's, what was the description? Being carried away like a bad child just under the arm.
Yep. I've actually seen that in real life, but yeah, kid getting kid.
Yeah,
kid
I know what that looks like. Yeah. Where was it? And just as the ceremony's, about to begin, Conan just goes, rip and tear, hacks apart 3 of their skulls.
Yep.
And gets the woman out of danger.
Yeah, and then he runs and escapes.
So he gets the plan where it's like, because he noticed with her, Oh, no. The way it was he took down the one carrying her, and before she made it to the ceremony, they were still in, like, a pose, lazing around their little encampment.
Yeah.
Then he tells her the plan of what he needs her to do. Because now the tall men are bringing some of the crew members over. Because those fruit that they were eating had, like, some potent drugged magic in them that put them in a sleep, similar to Black Lotus in the Conan universe. So his plan is, with the weapons, she's supposed to wake them up as Conan distracts them and give them the weapons to fight these guys off. So that's when Conan goes rip and tear and gets their attention while she's waking up the crew members. Mind you, butt booty naked. This whole time. My goodness. And then she, like, has a moment of, like, oh, I don't know if I can. And Conan's like, all right, this is what you get. A little tap on the butt. Hey, all right, get going. This book was kind of all over the place, I ain't gonna lie. But Conan gets the distraction.
Again, this is considered one of Conan's worst. And again, like, if you see the image, I have, like, there's a hot blonde holding on to that big old muscular leg. It's how that works. But
yeah. So after they do the thing and have the big fight, but some of the guys aren't doing so hot because if anybody's ever woken up from, I don't know, taking some NyQuil, now imagine you have to fight giant tall men whose fists can obliterate your skull in one punch.
Yep.
You ain't gonna be doing so hot, so I don't blame the lads for being sloppy. Like, the moment he described the stupor, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember trying to wake up from NyQuil. Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
The only saving grace you're ever going to get is a surge of adrenaline in that quick moment. And that's if your body's like, you know what? Yeah, let's get some adrenaline going. Sometimes your body doesn't always want to work with you.
No.
So, they do the fight. And, what is it? The flute wielder, the assumed leader of the seance, is the last one left. And as a fuck you, I win move, he, like, does a little pirouette, backflip, noe 360 quick scope into the pool, which causes a massive geyser to start flooding the area of this murky poo-poo water. So, as all the men are in their stupor, Conan's, like, getting people out of there. Doing emergency evacuation situations, and the woman is being a damsel. Is like, get moving, gives her another tap on the butt. Legit, that... It's just... It's like, I see what you're saying with, like, the weaker works. He didn't have any moments of being an absolute wordsmith. It was kind of just... It feels like a filler episode, if Conan was ever to have filler.
Yeah, it really does. Again, I started you off with some of the best of because I know some of the weaker works are just fucking awful.
Yeah.
They get
the
bad.
Demon in Iron is still my number one. I love the Demon in Iron.
I still like the Three Rogues. I also like the pick things actually quite good. Yeah, but we are touching a couple of the more weaker. Well, I've always considered, but again, I look at weaker Conan as like maybe a Harry Potter book in actual fucking lore.
Yeah. So they end with them all sailing, having a good time. Conan gives the woman a speech and all this other stuff, and it's a bunch of merriment. Is like, he's like, all right, boys, get some ale barrels or whatever the hell. It's like, we're having a party, damn it.
Yep.
And it's like, you, woman, you, me tonight. Your lips taste like wine or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's where the story ends. Is like they have their little party and then they set off to ventures unknown. And Conan gets another woman.
Yep. And you get another woman.
And then another one. And then another. Imagine how many little Conans there are running around the place.
Yeah, probably a lot. So, DJ, we are looking at Dune next. So,
Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yeah. This was. Do you want to take it away, man? Well, let you go through it as we slowly go through the.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the helm.
As I understand it, I got some details wrong on my stream last week, so I have to do a retraction on stream this week. But basically, I said it was Geiger's artwork. It's not all Geiger's artwork, but he
No,
was
it's not.
involved, and a boatload of money did end up in H.R. Geiger's hands. You might have been the person who gave me the correct info in the chat last week, possibly late in the stream. And so
Yep.
this is just like a beautifully done or insanely done art piece. And during my stream, I remember there was some of the pictures of the debauchery. Right now, we're seeing just like some designs. We're seeing some craft. We're seeing some buildings that looks like a ship or a blimp or
Yep.
a harvesting apparatus of some kind. That there's
Yep.
just some kind of like almost like looks like the big palace building in the middle of the city of Araki on the planet Arrakis.
Yeah.
Then we got some storyboard art, and you can see it's in French and English. And I'm guessing that's Paul because he's wearing a T-shirt that says Paul.
Yeah.
And the costume guy, if they ever made this unfilmable mess, the costume guy feels so bad for the costumer. Jesus, but no, it's amazing stuff in my opinion. Actually,
They actually, I remember from what I remember here again. Dune is also a good book. The only reason we haven't done Dune is because if you aren't into political sci-fi, that shit will put you to sleep.
Mhm.
The action don't get actiony until like I don't know how fucking far the book is, but it takes a while. It's been a long time since I've read it. It's still a good book, but I don't deny it. It's one of those books, you know, I can say, hey, I read Dune, and I'm like, yeah, I think the movie was better. The OG movie was better. See, I look at it like this. I think Dune's awesome, but I don't deny that what Dune is. And I think a lot of people like to pretend that, oh, it's so deep. No, it is a pure political boom swallow. And if you are not willing to like it will make you tired. I've had friends of mine who tried reading. It's like, fuck, because I warned them. I said, don't be careful. That shit's boring. And like, it can't be that boring. I watched the original movie from the 80s. Shit. I think wasn't there like 20 pages of just conversation about the political between certain races and shit. Like it goes pretty deep. I can't remember. It was like there's like a huge political thing. I don't know what the fuck these are. When I saw these, I was like, what the fuck? Can you explain these, DJ? The little rat things with the horns. I don't know what these are in the lore.
Oh yeah. So then you got these bioengineered like announcer mice, wolf things. I think they're mice robots, and I'm not sure if this is depicting the robot war that precedes, the Dune story itself, but you're gonna see more crazy shit like this as we go along. It's pretty interesting as we get in there.
Yeah, because for those that don't know, AI really been removed from society in a lot of ways because of the fact that there was an AI war. And they're not allowed to have AI. I gotta admit, this is insane artwork. I gotta be careful.
Yeah. Oh, wait till you see what's wrong with boobies? Boobies are allowed. The candidate likes debauchery. They just hate people who are sane.
Yeah. I like some of the ship designs like here. And I believe these are both Harkonnen's kids.
Yeah, you'll see them fade in there as you go along. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think these are both supposed to be like the Harkonnen children, if I remember correctly. Either the Harkonnen children.
You'll even see a goat. You'll even see a goat with a '70s fro at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think these are the Harkonnens, or this could be one of the. It could be the not the Iraqians. What are they called?
Yeah, I know you're talking about the fucking sand people. I can't remember them either. The Janjaweed, the Sadukar, Fremen.
Fremen, that's what it was. Fremen. Thank you. I thought these were the Fremens. These could be the Fremens. And yeah, I believe these are the
I
Atreides.
think the guy on the right is Stilgar.
Yeah.
In fact, it'll tell you right in one of these two pictures after this on the next page. There's black and white pictures. One of them has labels on the people.
Yeah.
You had it. Whenever you get to the next page, yeah, that. So let's see. Under those people, there might be. Yeah, there we go. It says Leto. I just saw it for a second. It said Leto, Jessica, Paul, and I think the guy on the right might be. And then there we go. We got Yui and his wife. See how you got Dr. Yui and the lady looks like a ghost? That's his wife. You know. And then you got the big baby. There we go. And it says Helic, whoever Helic is. Halak.
That's Harkonnen. That's what's his face, the fat boy. I like this description. This is kind of a weird idea. Like, what the fuck? Like I said, there was a lot of research going into
Duncan, Idaho.
Yeah.
4 of the dancers place anti-gravity bracelets on the Baron.
So, like, they legit. That is fucking cool. Like, I guess I like the idea of it. Honestly, here's the question. Like, I gotta ask you, as because I know Bob. He's only seen the thing. There's your whole Conan floating around.
Oh, good. I can sing the song. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
I love the weirdness of these costumes. So, like, fuck, these costumes are so fucking 60s. It's 60s and 70s. These are such 70s looks.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love them. They look so insane.
Yeah.
It's like, it's when they didn't give a fuck about cultural appropriation. They just kind of said, okay, we're just going to make something look cooler by taking a little bit of everything. Like this design right here. Like this fucking design right here. You got you got a Japanese helmet, Japanese wings on the side. You got weird flumes. Then you got like other side armor. It's like this looks so insane, but it looks so fucking cool. I don't care what anybody says. That looks cool.
Mm-hmm. Right, even the codpiece.
Yeah. And then you got the radiation war suits, like the suits they wore for war because they all wore for the atomics.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, that's it. That's the when they fight, they don't like using guns because the attacks there. There's Baron Harkonnen laughing maniacally.
That's a Fremen, I think, maybe, or is that a Sardaukar? Well, blue lava.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, like this would have been such an interesting idea. We just, in a way, I'm kind of happy we didn't get the movie back then. But at the same time, man, could you imagine these costumes?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine making this. Like, try making that. Like, that would take you days of 3D printing just to try to make that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fabric, oh yeah. Or this fucking thing. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, it looks like looks like Declan Zombie.
Men need to wear more Spanx in the military, right, Bob?
Sorry, what?
Men need to wear more Spanx in the military.
What's a spank?
Well, if you look at the thing, you'll see what a spank is real quick.
Are those like the chaps?
No. He'll see it real quick. He's just got to go look at the chat. Look at the video.
The tight pants?
I've been looking at the video, but I've been waiting for it to catch up.
No, I'm staring at it right now. Guys wearing Spanx.
Oh, you mean like the little straps?
No. It's the leotard. It's a leotard. That's a Spanx.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here I am thinking you're focused on his codpiece like you normally are.
No.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I'd say your mouse was hovering there for a while.
Uh-huh. Look at this fucking. This is supposed to be Harkonnen's war uniform. What the fuck is that?
My best guess is they're trying to go for the Aztec aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Similar
But
to that.
they created BDSM Aztecs.
Yep.
And then we got the guy to the right that looks like the chief.
I don't wear that much black.
Oh, sorry, you went ahead. No, I was talking about the previous page.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, like I said, stream delay, real annoying.
So right here, we got ourselves. This is supposed to be the combat uniforms that they when they were fighting people. Because keep in mind, shields were designed in a way that couldn't like fighting people with guns is a bad idea. Yes, and stuff. Like I said, I love these costumes. They're absolutely fucking insane. There's more your robot dog. So were they going to go all in with the whole too? Was that a thing?
Go in with the
They
whole,
actually planned it?
like you mean
Do
with
you
the
know more like the whole robot war, the AI robot?
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. I don't know, like what they were going. Because like these could just be like weird workers that like. But I don't remember the book mentioning this. But I can see like, like in the Larry, what was it? In the Arthur C. Clarke book where they had the simians. I thought it was something like that. I really wasn't sure. But now we're seeing like things that resemble robot wars here and there, or we're seeing some of it's the aftermath of the robot war. Like see like that slide, like look, it's like a playground with the praying mantises, and then you got like a butt slide.
Yeah, they had some wild. They really did have some fucking crazy ideas for that movie. You know, if it would have come out in the 70s. I'm shocked a lot of this thing still. I'm shocked that this still exists, to be honest. Like,
That might be the home world right there of Paul with the vein, but I'm not really sure.
yeah, I think it is the homeworld of Paul of the Rain. That was the world. More nudity. I gotta move on. More nudity. Gotta move on. Gotta spin, 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 spin. Okay, more nudity. No, this is crazy looking. Like some of the costumes and shit. I love the idea of it. Like it's just all over the place. Could you imagine making some of these sets? Like this alone. I want you to picture trying to make this set. That tree set right there.
That guy's got a bullseye in his stomach.
Yep. Like this tree set right here. Could you imagine trying to make that? That would take forever.
Yeah, that
Like
Ewok
take
village
that-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that would take forever. Even if you only had like matte painting and there was only a couple of pages, like that would take forever.
Mm-hmm. That'd be
They
insane.
were trying some crazy.
You couldn't
shit.
recycle anything from real life because there's nothing like it.
Yep. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like even some of these ships are wild. Like this, like to see Bob try to explain this ship right here that's coming up.
Yeah, this
So,
one has a weird
let's
gravity
see.
situation.
Yeah.
That's a motorcycle. That's a
That's
quinticycle.
not a motorcycle. That's a tank.
Right.
Oh, she's got shit armor for the poor bastard sitting at the top exposed, but I guess there's no difference than sitting outside the turret.
Like you got a guy here for turret. You got the guy piloting that's behind. You got, I guess that's the engine, and then you got two guys here that are in turrets as well.
Hey, hold up. There was a ship?
It's
Yeah,
not. It's more like a quinticycle. It's got 5 wheels.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
As the video's buffering.
Oh, buffering's there, man. I'm looking at it right now. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wheels. It has a turret. It has a weird front engine, and you got 3 guys at the back with gun turrets. You got this big center.
My vote is give this guy the same treatment as the inventor of the Bronze Bull?
Yep.
I don't know with this thing.
Okay. Let's keep going. This shit fascinates me because, like, I'm a big fan of Dune, and I do.
This is what happens if Dr. Seuss was to try and sign up as a weapons contractor.
Mm.
The turrets, I say, they go on the back wherever, for every way. The vehicle moves fast and doesn't have to stop. You keep shooting behind, and it all goes.
We had a quick sketch of the chief that was just passed up.
We got some fight scenes in the storyboarding here. You can see.
Yep.
We got a Fremen guy.
I don't think these are the Fremen. I don't know what the fuck these guys are.
It literally says the word Fremen right there in that caption.
What?
I'm not
right,
saying that all Fremen. There was a picture we already scrolled past, but that's all right. We got more. You got another
Oh,
picture
that's
of
Duncan, Idaho. Okay, so that is Duncan, Idaho. Really? And that's Leto.
Huh? Maybe that's a dad.
Well, Duncan, Idaho, like this is Duncan, Idaho, right here in this outfit right there. Like,
And he got a falcon.
Yeah. Okay. This is let's get a little closer here so we can get an actual look here. They actually have here's another one of their super ships, spaceships right here.
Moby.
Giant snake. And then you got that stupid like gunship again. The weird, what the fuck is that? I'd like to see someone design this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Design this one, boys.
Is that Geiger?
I like it. Yeah. Oh, there's.
It's got the Ben
that's
Hur
the
spikes.
Mm-hmm. Hold on here. I think that's either one. This is either one of the Harkonnen's ships, maybe. This is definitely H.R. Giger's work here. This is Giger's work. You can tell by the design. That is so Giger. That is wild.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but it looks like Baron.
I think that's his ship.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it's just crunching on corpses as it's going. Sorry about the constant zooming in, zooming out. But it's gonna be the way it goes with this one. This one's all over the place.
It was really tricky. I had a setup on my PDF reader was able to zoom the pages automatically, but sometimes if I wanted to zoom in and out, I had to fuck with the settings a certain way, or it would just blow it up too big or too small.
There's another one of the super ships. I've never understood the double helix thing like this. I've never understood that. That is like the idea. Like this idea for a spaceship has always made me interested. Like, because okay, I get the idea. Because the thing about most of their ships are, from what I remember, from what I remember from the franchise, they don't ever build their ships to ever land. Like if a ship lands, that's a permanent land ship. Like they can't send it up to orbit or something like that. It'll fall apart or something like that. So they build their ships in space.
Mm-hmm.
At least
yeah, you're right. Well, it's like right. You know, designs that work on in space don't work on land, but you're not doing atmospheric flight. You don't need structural integrity in certain areas because you're going to be pushing it anyway.
Yeah, but I've always thought the idea of some of the Dune ship work was always wild. Okay, let's keep going here. Them talking. It is a. I'm 100. Yeah, there's your big fat boy look on the ship design. I've never been able to see the script. I heard the script is somewhere out there. Someone owns the script.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they release that script. I wouldn't mind seeing what the actual script was. I'd like to know how far it actually follows the actual. It actually follows the actual book, like how far it actually goes.
Just go off is one of the two. Yeah, easy. It goes blow by blow sometimes.
Yep. yeah, we've never had a full blow by blow. I've been terrified of like what they do with the original Dune stuff. Like, I wonder how far they're actually going to go with like. I know they're doing the Dune movies now. I still haven't watched them yet. I don't feel like functionally watching them just because a part of me is
They're not that good. I mean, they're
yeah
okay. They're okay in some ways, but in other ways
yeah
they're not.
yeah. I love the idea that this little gun vehicle's fucking stupid. Yeah, they bought the rights to it, and they basically they never did get it off. It was apparently there was multiple times. I think it happened. I don't think we'll ever get a Rama. Like I think we're at a point in history you could do Rama now. You actually could do Rama,
Yeah.
but like I don't ever want someone to ever touch Rama in that way because like this is the way it is. Some of these super structures are just fucking awesome. More H.R. Geiger work. It's clear, Tim. It looks like human fingers. Uh, a deeper look at the ship. Oh, that's cool. They actually ship. So apparently, as stuff happens, as the face got damaged, it would reveal this. That would be cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was trying to understand what that was. You cleared something up I didn't know what I was looking at last time.
Yeah, the skull from the regular face. It's like, yeah. Well, they had a plan. I don't know what the was. I wonder if this chair showing this chair. Does this chair actually exist in real life? Was this actually finished? This could be a finished product, boys.
A chair. Let's see
I'm
what we got.
assuming this is the Emperor's ship.
Oh yeah,
From
that chair.
yeah. They actually created one of the costumes.
There's a picture of somebody standing in public with one of the costumes, almost like a cosplay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Like, wow, they actually did it. Holy fuck, that's crazy.
He looks like a dominatrix.
Yeah, they actually made the costume. That is fucking wild. They made the they're guys walking around wearing. Man, to have that job, to say you were the guy that dressed up like that. This. I guess these are Conan that we're coming up to.
And he's standing like, oh.
The psychotic twins
Oh,
and all.
they got the sand harvesters. You'll see like legs on the sand harvesters.
Yeah. Fuck me. This is so unique because it's the idea of like a failed movie, and there's still this much. This never did make it. That never made it. This is failed in all intents and purposes. This did not get made. Yet there's still all this lore information that exists. That to me floors me as a person. It's like, really. They really did. Like we missed out, man. All this shows me is we missed out. Is that a Star Wars reference? Yeah, that's a Star Wars reference. You know, to think that someone like the idea of this was actually to, outstage Star Wars. We could make it better with blackjack and hookers. And I just, in a way, I agree. This would have looked amazing. But fuck me, could you imagine the effort and the time to make this?
Mm-hmm.
Like I honestly think back then, I think this would have been which back then that I even think that would have maybe even 400 or 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
Back then,
Easily.
like
Yeah.
$500 million. Could you imagine? This
In
is, I
that
guess,
day's money, that's why I call it unfilmable.
back then, yeah.
Yeah, back then, yeah, definitely. Today is another story. It's like, costumes might be difficult. I'm sure they find a way to simplify it, but still, it's doable. But you combine everything
Well,
else you're seeing,
we're
and it's like
seeing it in
insane.
real time. We're seeing it in real time, but we're not seeing these awesome costumes. Like I love this. I love this power armor, Bob. We got power armor. I'm looking at power armor right now, Bob.
We are?
Yep,
Where's the power armor?
it's right there, Bob.
Wait, that's power armor?
Yeah,
It looks like a knockoff of Super Sentai. What is that?
that's power armor. That is actual
Man,
power armor.
you tell me this great value Kamen Rider is power armor?
From the 60s, yeah.
Now, the center used the so-called morphing grid, so it sort of counts.
At least
I'm
the
not
lower
sure.
half looks good. I like the poofy pants. I'm cool with the poofy
Yeah.
pants. It's just everything
Yeah.
else is like it
I don't
add
know if
more
that's a
bulk
man or
and it
woman.
would make sense to me.
Yep. Yep.
Because here's something interesting about armor that's supposed to resist firearms. I know in Fallout they have the plates, but there are times where it's actually better to have soft protection.
Yeah.
So having your plates and then like a layer of a soft protective layer over that, both to protect from the weather, but also to help cushion impacts on your plates. Before I go too far into this tangent, yes, that's the point I'm making, is the reason I like those poofy pants is because I can believe there's plates under that. And then under the said plates, there's like some layering and then the actual bit that the operator's in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that? Now, Captain Codpiece. Holy shit. We got Captain Codpieces coming up.
Captain Codpiece?
Yeah.
Where?
You'll see it soon. It's coming down. I'm watching the video. Captain Cod!
My goodness.
So ornate.
See, Games Workshop, that is what a champion of Slanesh is supposed to look like.
Yep. Then we got the mech ideas of the robots and stuff. The other power armor idea they had.
So what's with the BDSM gear? What group association are they?
It's probably Harkonnen if it's anything, because usually Harkonnen would be the weird that way.
Okay. Now, are
Yeah.
the Harkonnen just a different group of humans, or are they a different
No,
race
the
entirely?
Harkonnen, everyone is human in their universe, but it's what planet they're from. And the Harkonnen are
okay.
yeah. So basically, these are the militaries. I think this Death Squad or whatever the fuck they're called is the ones that are wearing the power armor. Like this group right here, I think is the Harkonnen uniform. No, that's not the Harkonnen. That's the
The Emperor guy.
no. Is that the Emperor? That might be the Emperor guys. I don't know who.
Car, yeah.
See,
I
I
don't know.
refuse to believe that's power armor, but I could believe that it's like technical armor, if that makes sense. I can't see any servos or anything to assist the user, but I can see like you can fit a sensor suite in that.
Okay.
as I was talking.
I think that's the Death Squad. The Death. Okay. Basically, when the Harkonnens take over, they get the Emperor's like special elite force to show up and say, "Hi, how are you?" And I think that would be the Death Squad. And then you got yourself. I think that's the Harkonnens or the Idaho. And then this might be the trade fleet, and that might be the the Duncan, Idaho. Yeah. What Trades, isn't it the name of the clan?
Yeah, Atreides.
Yeah.
All
So this
Atreides.
this might be the Atreides right here, and I don't know if this might be this might be the Emperor, and that might be the trade. That's what I'm. That's kind of where my thought comes.
Okay.
Yeah, but the trade, like I said, they truly are alien people at that point. So it's like kind of that look.
Yeah. So either way, as I was saying, yeah, I could see that as not a power armor, but a very advanced armor with a metric fuck ton of sensor suites, all sorts of different things, especially in the helmet. Because we're assuming they still have that humanoid shape, their skull's not extended. You could put a lot of techie bits in the top part of that cranium.
Yeah. I like I said, it's fascinating to me, like because the idea, I get the idea of what they're trying to go with, pseudo fantasy slash medieval style, and then add the medieval style to the actual thing, like kind of extend it into like double both sides, eh? Unfortunately, we don't get a good look of these guys. The House Harkonnen, yeah, that's our Harkonnen house. Oh, here's the House Harkonnen, and then I'm thinking who are these then? Yeah, that's the House Harkonnen. I love the guy wearing the costume. Man, they try. It's an interesting idea for some of the stuff. And here's another spaceship. That's that's a cool looking ship. I do like the idea of like the way they design the drawings, very like medieval style, like old school medieval. There's that chair again. Well, the best way to describe what I'm seeing so far, from what these guys are drawing and stuff, and it looks like he took manuscripts from other stuff here. Like, is that tarot cards?
Yeah, it looked like it, but I don't know.
I think those are tarot cards. Somebody went to like, someone looked at some of the fantasy books that exist and said, you know what? Let's make those fantasy books in real life. Like let's take that over the top Renaissance look and go for it. And then they asked H.R. Giger to make shit for this thing. Man, his sandworms are terrifying. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Hey, H.R. Giger, we want you to make us. Okay.
Yeah, Sandworm by Giga, huh?
Yeah, that was fucking disturbing. Holy shit.
Sandworm by Giger.
Yeah.
Knowing how phallic Giger makes everything, I don't
That
know.
was
I don't know. After that popcorn bucket fiasco, I don't know.
You saw it. That was solid the fuck. So I guess this chair actually exists in real life.
Mm-hmm. Look like a modified office chair. with spikes on the bottom. So if you put your feet up on the bottom of the chair, you probably get hurt. And
Yeah.
that's a thopter, an ornithopter.
Yeah, it looks like this chair really exists. Someone has that chair, man. I kind of want it. I'm not gonna lie. I think this looks so goddamn fucking cool and over the top. I kind of would have loved it if this existed.
I know.
I'm
Me
sort of
too.
sad we never did get this book. Like we didn't get this movie. I would have dreaded trying to film this motherfucker, but I would have loved to have seen this been made. Well, the Star Wars killer never did come out, and it took Disney to finally murder Star Wars. So I think we're just at this point. We're just
Oh, are we
yeah.
moving on to the segment where the mouse was hit by a smooth criminal?
We're gonna get there actually. Now we're starting up with another thing that's happening right now in our world, and that is no, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna give it to me. Okay, there we go. We are looking at Spider Noir. I'm gonna be describing that, doing the review for that now, boys. Oh, okay. We're actually going to talk about how Michael Jackson, because there's been some more things about the Michael Jackson thing going on, but we'll talk about that in a sec. Spider Noir, Nicolas Cage. Watched the first 4 episodes, and I had to watch them in black and white too, just to see how it looked. My suggestion for the black and white, that is, don't bother. Just stay in the colored version. The colored version looks better actually in many ways. My thoughts on this, the music in it, really good. They actually did some solid music for this. I think it was a great job, and they really had a good idea. I will say this: the opening music sounds like a James Bond song, so you can't go wrong there, right? Like it sort of sounds like a James Bond. It doesn't sound like that noir feel to it. As for the story, this is not noir. This is definitely a comic book set in in that era of the 50s. Which, to be perfectly honest with you guys, can I be honest? Why can't we do comic books in the 50s? I honestly think if you want to do comics now, they have to be done in the 50s. I think that works out better than anything modern day right now. All right, boys, 1 second. I'm going to take a quick pee, and we'll continue the review. Hold on. The coffee finally hit. Hello, who just showed up?
That's just me.
DJ popped out, popped back in.
Okay, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
So,
Sure.
back to the idea of what's going on with this. So, is this a noir thing? The story really does. It has noir elements. It has some good noir elements, but this is definitely a comic book TV show through and through. I'm not gonna lie. I think the idea of doing a series, like just superheroes in the 50s sounds better than doing any modern day stuff right now. By far. The acting, well, it's Nicolas Cage. And Nicolas Cage is either really good or really bad. You got to have it's a love-hate relationship with Nicolas Cage in a way.
推測はできている。またか、知らないとか抜かすつもりじゃねえだろうな。だとすれば気が楽だった。
What?
What was that?
What?
Aris, we're curious.
Aris, are you learning Japanese?
Yeah. Sounded Mexican. We heard something in the background.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, that was weird. We actually heard something from it. But anyway, Nicolas Cage is over the top in a lot of ways. He's kind of that extreme. He could be extreme, but he doesn't be. This is actually one of the better Nicolas Cages. Some of the setups are really good. They have great setups, but it doesn't really so far. I think it's a great idea. We'll see how far this show goes. So far, from what I can see, this looks like it might be worth watching. It's not completely annoying. That's my best way to put it. I don't hate it, don't love it. I think Nicolas Cage made me go, okay, I'm actually having a look at. So far, is it worth a watch? Yeah, I'd say it's worth a watch. Is it worth watching it in black and white? Maybe. That's up to you. I honestly, I like the color scheme for the colored version. The colored version reminds me very similar to Dick Tracy, and yeah, I like that Dick Tracy style. All right, so now I guess we're gonna get to the gaming today, boys. And we're going to be gaming with a classic today. We're going to be playing some Flashback. And kitty cat got put on the side. Sorry about that. I'm not supposed to put the kitty cat in the corner. Don't put the kitty cat in the corner. All right, hold on here. We're going to get some Flashback. We also could do a couple other games, but yeah, I think we'll start with the Flashback tonight. And go. All right, so hopefully this pops off. Well, it might not pop off when the cat goes bye-bye. Is it not popping off? So the thing I hate about this, I should have just went with the actual Flashback game for Nintendo. I went stylish, and now I'm paying for it. Oh, no, we're good. So, speaking about Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson. It looks like a certain biopic defeated the Mandalorian and Grogu. How the fuck was that? Boys, Star Wars got defeated by a smooth criminal.
Yeah.
Which one's the spoof? Is that Flashback?
Yeah, this is Flashback. You've never seen Flashback before, or have you ever played it?
I read the Dan Simmons book about a dystopian future, but no, I didn't see this.
Yeah, this is Flashback. We're going to start a new game. Modern comforts, tutorial, rewind mode, enhanced music and sound, poster. We're going to go classic. Unlimited, limited review, 2 minutes per level. Sure. Ba-ba. Here we go. So, this is an interesting style from back in the day, you know. No, that's gun. Nope. We'll see if this controller... Nope. Oh, good. I didn't fall to my death. Nope, that's gun. Okay, so that's what that was. All right. Action button is R2. Good to know. Well, controls decided to say hi. I hate you. We're gonna deactivate right in the middle of you playing a video game. Ha ha ha! So you've never seen this game before, really?
Yeah, not really.
Have you ever played any of these old ones, or no?
No, not. I mean, just see if I could see what it looks like. I got a better look at it on my screen here, but yellow, red, and black. Remember the colors yellow, red, and black. If I ask anyone what colors, I need to know that answer in that sequence.
Okay.
I got to do it putting the hard drives in the computer right. Oh, damn it.
Yellow.
I was gonna rely on my YouTube app, but my YouTube app is freezing it. Not freezing, but it's doing that thing it does when it. Yellow, red, and black. Those are the colors I need to.
Yellow, red, and black, you said?
So I got to do something with this YouTube app. Sometimes when I download too many videos permanently for permanent storage, it decides it doesn't want to load anything until I delete something. And apparently I'm in that situation right now. So it doesn't take me a lot to delete them, but it will refuse to let me play what I'm trying to watch right now. And apparently some of the videos I download include the one about the scientists who are disappearing. Oh, now it's playing. But it's not loading. Click on the word history so I can see your stream. It's in my history. Oh shit, I just closed everything. Okay, I didn't close this. That's good. It's being hypersensitive right now.
Yep. Okay, that's weird. All right, I'll take it. Okay. I will probably get killed because the game's not playing nice to me right now. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to die right here. So I'm not shooting for some reason. Yep, dead. Okay, I do not know the new controls to this version. This is literally me playing like I should have went with the Nintendo version. I actually. Okay, pull out that gun. What's the fire button?
Oh, there it is.
What's that fire button? Why am I not firing?
Red and black. Yellow, red, and black.
Okay, that is not how that used to work. All right, I'll take it though. They changed it. So the jump button, the shoot button, and the jump button are all forwarded on one action button. And putting your gun away is two action buttons. Oh boy, goody goody gumdrops. Oh, I'm going to have fun with this one today. So yeah, have you ever seen these games? Flashback, Search for Identity.
See the preview of the game right now. So as soon as I get
I
my
was
computer
asking
turned.
Bob. I was asking Bob.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, what was the question?
I was asking if you've ever seen this game before. Flashback, Search for Identity.
Nope.
What's your thoughts of the real old school playing video games?
It's a game. Is this supposed to be like a puzzle game?
It's a puzzle shooter, would be the best way to put it.
Okay. Because if this guy was just going to be walking around with no combat, I was going to assume that this was like the Metroidvania version of Monkey Island.
No, you have combat. There is combat. You will see combat in this game.
I still think that one game where you're wrestling aliens is better.
Yeah, I agree to a point, but you know, we are using Flagship 1, so Flagship 1 does not have the wrestling. Flagship 1 has a lot of computer games. This game is classic old computer. That's what this is. So you're watching that old school, like this is old school computer. This is when they had no idea what the fuck they were doing. Computer games. Which I do like this game because it's an interesting story game. You play a person who wakes up in a jungle. You have no memory of anything. And all you have to tell you anything is a hologram of yourself basically saying, get to this place because you have to stop shit. And that's it. All you know is the drama's hit off the wall. You have no idea where the drama's going. You have no idea what's about to happen. You just know shit's gone real. So what's your thoughts on the idea of taking out Michael Jackson, taking out the win? You got anything to say about it for that one?
We're talking about a subject I can pay attention to. Yes.
Yes. I was just talking about Flashback because it's Flashback because we're playing the game. But I asked about this earlier.
Yeah, you did. I think. Not that I remember. Yeah, I think I had like a 2 cents mention of it. Let me get my thoughts back together. Because yeah, when I phase out, I actually have to like get my head back together. But yes, with the recent things that Star Wars has been doing, like ever since what was it, 2017? What was the first one that had that Rey chick in it? When did that come out?
That was the new was referred to as the sequel trilogy.
Well, no shit. Year.
2000 and what was that? DJ, do you remember?
I try to put it out of my memory, but jokes aside, I want to say, was it? It wasn't 2012, so 2016, 2017 sounds about right.
Okay. Yeah, that's when Star Wars took a nosedive. So it's like, in theory, technically Star Wars should have done really well. I don't think it's going to outcompete Michael Jackson over time, though, because like you said, a lot more people know who Michael Jackson is than they know what Star Wars is. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well, the funny thing is, I think Star Wars should win over. Again, Michael Jackson has been irrelevant for like
even so. Okay, so let's say hypothetically Star Wars didn't take a nosedive. Yeah, it probably would have made bank, but business decisions. So I'm both surprised and not surprised. DJ. Organize the damn group.
Once this is open, I'm never opening it again. There we go, got it, done.
Okay.
Just fucking mute yourself, damn it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Every time I talk, you motherfuckers always gotta talk over me or make noise over me. I'm tired of this disrespect.
Okay. Yeah. Say you're sorry, DJ. He's gonna be cranky all day if we don't.
Got Bob's normal voice to come out. This is great. I feel at home
fuck
again.
you.
But jokes aside, I apologize, Bob and Oris.
That worked real well. Anyway, go ahead. We're not gonna make any noise.
I am what was I? Fuck off.
Okay.
God. You know is the thing with like jingling plastic keys? I just felt like that. I felt like I just had the dunce cone put on my head because I'm being distracted by just any noise at this point.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Bob. I promise no more.
Okay. So after Star Wars took the nosedive, I'm both surprised that Michael Jackson did well, but I'm really surprised. Well, actually, the latter half, I'm not as surprised that it did better in Star Wars because everybody knew it was a sinking ship. Everybody knew Star Wars was coming down. The normies were already infesting that shit. You remember that quote from that? You remember that quote? That quote from the convention where the guy's like, "I cosplayed as Kylo Ren because Kylo Ren's part of the movie." Didn't have a fucking reason. He's like, he's part of the movie, man.
Yep.
It's like, really? I mean, he's a shit character too, but really, that guy? No one else? Okay. Shit. But yeah, I am surprised that Michael Jackson movie did as well as it did, but I'm not super surprised that it overtook Star Wars with the way Star Wars has been for the past few years. But to see Disney just get absolutely backhanded by this in such a way, it's like, yeah, Mickey, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Also, the controversies are starting to happen. So I don't know if you hear about the controversies.
I'm unfamiliar with
them. Story goes, we get an interesting story coming out right now that apparently, people are saying that Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson's now opened worldwide. So the story is that apparently, if my controller decides to work, there we go. Apparently, Michael Jackson is like making 795, 10, 700 million. Like the price, it seems like the number keeps going all over. No one can figure out what the number is for Michael Jackson's new for the new movie. Only that he made the money. So that really does ask a question when you're like, you know, that really does ask that question when you have it. Hey, how much money did this make? Because I've seen it make, all of a sudden I've seen it make 800 million. Then it's like, oh, it hasn't made 800 million. It made this much money. It's like, okay, so what's the price? Give me the actual number then. If it's 795, is it 900 and something? Like, what's the price? It's 810 million. Okay, it's already quadrupled its money. Great, but what's the price? What's the actual price then? How much money has that made worldwide? And it just seems to be changing now out of nowhere. So there is a theory going around that Michael Jackson might have actually that it might have already made that $1 billion reference. People have been saying like it's going to take $1 billion. People think it might have actually already made the $1 billion. And that right there, oh boy, that's a shocking number, boys.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys understand how shocking that is, that we now have $1 billion asset that's now been acquired, and no one can anybody actually, like, that's shocking. $1 billion, they've already made $1 billion. He might have already made the big buck, and now there seems to be a big fall off. So because there's a lot of theories going around. Oh, it actually made money. Oh, it's nowhere close. It's like, well, I don't know. Seems like there seems to be conflicting shit on how much money this thing has made.
Are we talking about the Michael Jackson movie?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say it also made the money because not just the people that bit the bullet, but they enjoyed it, so it was a good product, and then through word of mouth on top of the fact that people know and like Michael Jackson?
Well, for me, it's fascinating because Michael Jackson has not been liked for a very, very, like I said, he's been irrelevant for about, can I be honest, it's been irrelevant for 20 years.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be an ass, but that's the truth. He's been, no one paid attention to Michael Jackson in that long.
Except for anytime Halloween rolls around and they always play Thriller. His music is still in the loop. So maybe the guy's not there, but the music's definitely there.
It's more in the loop now. I mean, Jesus fuck, I don't know if you heard, but like apparently Michael Jackson's music is being like, it's beating out number ones right now. Modern number ones.
Oh. I'll be honest with you, some of the number ones nowadays, I don't even know them. I'll be honest with you, I don't listen to the AM FM radio.
So it's Michael Jackson, and people are watching paying attention to Michael Jackson way more.
Yeah.
Well, there's two parts to it. The Michael Jackson loyal fans never gave up on Michael Jackson. They, like, I've had friends like my friend Jolly or Snowdub. He often, mentioned like Michael in a positive context, and sometimes also denigrating the allegations, basically based on certain key aspects of them, like the order in which they were reported and stuff. But now it's like you got also people who have a general distrust of the media, and I think maybe like people who like weren't really into the Michael Jackson thing are like thinking about the context of the allegations and what people who are fans have always been saying, and going, maybe it is plausible that the fucking TV lied to me about this.
There's a lot of people that think that that's actually what happened, and that's not like, again, our media is looking that low. Like it's pretty bad when it's that level. And so no, I'm not like, for me as I'm not a big super fan of Michael Jackson. I like some of his stuff, not all his stuff. I'm a metalhead through and through, boys. I like me metal. But not gonna lie, this looks pretty interesting, that Michael Jackson has effectively beat out stuff that we thought he would never beat out. Damn it, that hurt. Oh, no big deal. No, I think it's funny that Michael Jackson's just basically we're in the era of this hysterical moment in life where we're like, yeah, Michael Jackson's the way to go, and he's the new id thing, and I'm like, really, Michael Jackson? Okay. Now we're gonna see what happens, because there's apparently going to be a second. There has to be a second movie now, according to what people. And I think a lot of people want to see what they're going to do with the allegations, because that is always going to be a part of his lore, unfortunately. So I'll see what happens there, but I'm not a hater. Like, I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, people expected the lore. People didn't expect the lore. They didn't know if the lore was going to show up. So, I don't know, like, the mythos has always been an interesting beast in my opinion, so it's going to be interesting how they're going to treat that, but I don't know, like there's a lot of conversations about what they're going to do with with the second movie. Me personally, I don't think they should do a second movie. That's my personal thought. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but
People will probably sound like lawsuit vultures unless they're careful about it, but they were pretty careful already, so they can pull it off. It's just that if he starts, saying this and that was a lie, or if the movie, tries to spit in the face of these allegations,
Well, they can't really spit in the face of the allegations, because the allegations, like let's be honest. What are the allegations? He fucking won. like even the new allegations, because the new allegations beat out the other allegations that exist. The most recent allegations with it's been like all the like. The fact is, you can prove that these people are lying, because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Like the new big allegations are like, and again, Michael has said repeatedly his biggest mistake was not fucking nipping this in the butt right away. I honestly think he's living evidence of what happened to Johnny Depp. Like that is that living evidence that, the whole what happened, like the thing with Johnny Depp was like that, where it's like, if
he was willing to go to court, but his lawyers were like, no, settle out of court. And then
Yep.
because he had nothing to hide, so he's willing to go to court, and he said, "Let the truth speak."
Yep.
And unfortunately, when you try this out of court, they make it like, oh well, obviously, you know.
Yeah. I think that's the problem. I think, you know, we got something where, you know, you got a guy who, you know, a guy who unfortunately has that situation where if he had I still think, I kind of agree. Like, you go to the court, sometimes you gotta fight this shit, you know, even if you don't want to fight it. And he didn't want to fight it. He didn't want to like put kids through that shit. But he was like, I'm going to fight it because I have no choice in the matter. It's like, yeah, I see that logic too. But no, he should have fought it. Like, he ended up being acquitted. It never went to criminal court. They went after him in a big way, and I think the main reason they did, like, I do agree with what a lot of people have said over the years. The reason a lot of people went after Michael Jackson was because it would have made them famous. It's the same reason why the whole Alex Jones thing. When you got an actual judge saying, I'm going to sentence Alex Jones, I'm like, okay, how does that, like, prove, in all intents and purposes, the fact that someone outright said, I'm going to sentence Alex Jones, I'm like, how is that unbiased at that point? You're not being unbiased at that point. You're being totally biased at that point. How about, you know, get a judge or get a person that's going to not be unbiased, you know? Justice is supposed to be blind. You know, you're not supposed to have this like bullshit where you're like, yeah, no. It's the same thing that happened to that other yeah, what was that guy who did that? Like the guy who said I'm going after or something like that, and they went after Trump and they all turned out to be fake and shit. That right there makes me laugh because I'm like, well, fuck, you know, why did you do that? Like you caused nothing but problems for first, and you didn't even lighten his checkbook. That's what annoyed me the most. I'm like, you didn't accomplish anything. So yeah, no, that's kind of how I look at it. But there we go. We got ourselves our Michael Jackson against Star Wars. So here's my problem with that. You got yourself. Oh. Okay. You got it there, DJ?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So my thing with the whole Michael Jackson thing, it's like, and overall, it's like Star Wars failing that bad. Like, how could you fail that bad, you know? What's your thoughts on that? You know, you think, and how would you fix Star Wars if you were to get the Star Wars money now? Fix that shit.
I would kill it. Like Star Trek, I'd kill it. But jokes aside, I mean, I don't know if they would ever give them. I mean, they wouldn't give the money to someone who could fix it. So it's like a moot thing to imagine. But it's like Star Trek. I know how to fix that. It's like J.J. Abrams bullshit, different universe. The destruction of Vulcan and Romulus didn't happen. Possibly like, see, I don't think the J.J. See, the thing is, I remember I had a friend that he made a case about the new Star Trek movies, and he said it actually goes way back to First Contact because after the Borg sphere got shot down and landed in like near the North Pole or the Polar Circle or somewhere in Norway, I forget where. There was an Enterprise episode later on where they discovered the Borg artifact. So now Section 31 gets their hands on the Borg, remnants, and they can analyze it and learn from it. And so now the Borg are having an influence on, Starfleet and human society long before they ever were discovered in TNG. So, yeah, what is an interesting and elegant way to explain how we got the 2009 movie and how Star Trek Picard has the situation it has. The thing is that damn well when JJ made that stupid ass movie, he wasn't sitting there going, "Oh, let's make it like this because of the events that logically followed in the chronology from First Contact." So, I mean, luckily that is not a popular fan theory, and therefore the one I came up with, or that my friend came up with, doesn't have to be, seen by those people as an excuse. Oftentimes, though, people.
Abrams, it's J.J. Abrams. The motherfucker does not have a fucking.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even know like any of that stuff anyway. So we know he didn't take it into account. And the other thing that I would say is that Picard takes place in the prime timeline, even though it clearly doesn't because of the time travel of the Kelvin. Now, even then, like Nero going back in time after the destruction of Vulcan, and Spock going back in time, I would rather just at that point, like it's all bullshit anyway. So I know some people don't do and don't subscribe to the many universes theory that every time you go back in time, you change something, you spawn a new universe. In this case, I'll subscribe to it just so that we have a clean way of splitting away the dumb shit from the timeline. Now, Star Wars, we didn't have time travel shenanigans, but it becomes a question of like if whoever has the money, and not just who gets the money, who owns the whole goddamn thing, but you can give money to someone and give them constraints. That's why I was a little bit reluctant to even answer that because I was like, well, okay, they give me money, I make the Star Wars movie, but I also still have to respect constraints, and unless they let me fucking invalidate large swaths of new canon.
I have a solution.
Mhm.
Okay, that Rey Skywalker stuff, retcon it completely.
Mhm.
Get it off Disney Plus, anything. We're starting
I
fresh.
got an
This is
idea.
going to be God damn it, can I? Go ahead. Fucking go ahead.
Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
I say, I'm building up. I have it. Then you gotta cut me off. All right.
I got a section going on. Go ahead.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah. I'd build out the continuation of after the Empire fell. The galaxy will actually be a conflict zone between multiple trade organizations that eventually link together with into larger trade organizations, and then they start having trade wars. It'll be closer to the Clone Wars than it will be the Galactic Empire. Mainly based on, what is it? So one conglomeration melds into one. Another one melds into another. Then you could have your discourse between the two factions. You could have your corporate soldiers. You could have mercenaries hired for it. You could put so much in here. Bounty hunters, smugglers, doesn't matter. Things that could be on the table and under the table. That's the way I'd be writing it. It's actually just a bunch of trade wars, and it's a mixture of other people fighting for their own interests. Now, some interests can be justified, other ones cannot. So I'll take a plot line that is a justified interest compared to an unjustified interest. Yeah, shit like that. We'll be working with those. Because it's like the rebellion plotline drives me up the wall. It's like, can we stop with this Rebel versus Empire nonsense? The reason I like Clone Wars is because, yeah, it was like trade factions and other groups saying, hey, you're kind of fucking us over, Republic, so we're going to separate. That one had more weight to it. It felt more real to me. Because they have their own internal machinations and politics that they have to sift through. It actually causes people to think. But then again, the directors nowadays don't want you to think. They want you to see and listen to what they have to say. Don't think for yourself. Just accept it. But no, I want people to think. I want people to literally look at the factions that are within this new Star Wars writing that I'm making and say, I'm on this team or that team. Or I'm on this team, but like this subsection better than the rest of the other subsections of Team A. You know, I want stuff like that. The same way as people were like, oh, I'm not just a fan of the clones, I like this specific battalion of clones and this specific character from this specific battalion. It was nerd shit like that I enjoyed.
See, my feeling towards it is they had the right idea of the Mandalorian, but then they fucked it up when they realized they had baby Yoda, baby Yoda,
Mm-hmm.
baby Yoda, baby.
I was hoping
Yoda.
I actually said something that you guys could work off of and you'd enjoy.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying like the idea of what's it called? The idea that you had is a good idea. This idea of going like actually like you take the Mandalorian for example, just make it about the Mandalorian and his adventures as the Mandalorian. Bam, solved, problem solved.
Yeah. And DJ's hacking into the Matrix.
Oh, oops. Where's my phone?
Well, we're probably going to call it early tonight because I got somebody just sent me a text. And I'm going to go deal with some stuff and I'm most likely.
Okay, fair enough. But
But-
yeah, that is my idea because I'm tired of the Rebel versus Empire plotline that I see everywhere. And instead of it being clones, we're not going with like the Kaminoan clone technology based off of, you know, Jango Fett or Mandalorian. This is going to be anybody who wants to sign up, who enjoys the benefits that they get, like free dental, is like, hey, you'll be able to move your family into the nicer part of the city. It's like genuine struggles like that the common man can relate to. Yeah, sure, the stuff you're going to do is really dangerous, and you may have to do some sus things, but you're doing it for the family back home.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but no,
You gotta do a plot off of that. Bang, there you go.
Yeah, it could work. I don't know. Kind of my thought process. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And yeah, sure, I may take some leeways from Cyberpunk and also BattleTech in some way with like the spheres and all that. But the problem with BattleTech is it gets really too dry really fast. And the problem with Cyberpunk is it stagnates on just Earth or the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could take something like Star Wars, because you already have the Hutt. Everyone knows about the Hutt cartel. What about everyone else? You know there's a bunch of other cartels who are
Cyberpunk
doing
too, yeah. Well, I'm legit, and most of this doesn't take place on, like, some of this takes place on, like what I'm looking at right now.
Oh. Gotcha.
Well, yeah, I'm on an alien planet, and I'm legitimately going to travel to Earth to get stuff done.
Yeah, either way. You see the point I'm making. It's like you can make so many plot lines with just this overhead. Because it's the remnants of the rebellion and the Empire. If there's no Empire, the rebellion's gonna like dissociate and go back to their own worlds. And what happens with their own worlds? Well, you're gonna have competition with markets because it's a booming era now. The war's over.
Can't you just conquer a planet and say it's in the name of Mars?
Yep.
Sure, but you see what I'm saying, Aris? Where it's like, war's over, but we have all this product, and people are going back to their families and their loved ones. World War II's over, the baby boom begins, and from there you can get another plot line.
Well, for me, my way of looking at it, my way, like I said, The Mandalorian is probably the best way to look at it. Like
Spaghetti Western? Or wannabe spaghetti Western.
Spaghetti space Western. Like, you go on adventures like that. You create, like, a story, or the story from, like, maybe a retired fucking space guy from fucking, that used to be a stormtrooper. Now he's back at home after the war, and everything's kind of gone to shit for him, and now he has to try to figure out a way to make his own money and make his way in life. I think that would be a fucking cool story arc. We could
Or
have
a
a lot.
hero. You could also have another arc of the hero of rebellion got a little too into his own hubris and is actively doing things detrimental because of his fame that got him to that position. Yeah, that could be a plot line. So they got to take him down a notch.
Yeah, like you could have a lot. You could have a guy thinking he's that in the and it's like, well, no, you weren't, are you?
Yeah. And there will be no character assassinations because what we can do with this is we won't do any member berries. If you're going to hear something about Han Solo or Leia or Luke, they're going to be like background info. You're not going to meet them. You're not going to see them. Nothing. All right? You're not even going to see fucking R2-D2. You're going to see astromech droids. You're going to see a gonk droid. You may see a droid that looks similar to C-3PO. You're not going to see your original heroes, all right? Because we don't need to be throwing the audience member berries.
Their adventure's over.
Yeah, they're retired. Effectively done. They're living their life, wherever they are.
Yeah, exactly.
The only time their names are going to be brought up is in, like, backhand conversation where it's like, oh, so this is going to be similar to, when they did this? Actually, hell, I'm not even going to do that. Fuck that. Because then that's going to get too campy, and it's like, oh, a reference to the thing that I know. It's like, no. These characters are gone.
Like maybe if you did some Jedi Academy shit where it's actually Luke, you could have done a story about like Luke after the fucking Academy's been up and running and stuff, and him restarting that. You could bring the Jedi's in there. In the light of that, you could have stories about the talk of a new Sith Lord. You could do a lot. There's a lot you could play.
Once again, the Clone Wars was such a good series. The animated Clone Wars. Because it didn't focus purely on the Jedi. Like, yes, they were a mainstay, but there were a few episodes that focused on other things. And it kind of engrossed you a little bit more into the universe. And, the clones, they have a rough life. That's definitely a rough life, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, don't focus, don't chain the camera to the hero. Don't do that. All right, the reason other series like Avatar: The Last Airbender was so great is because you'd have other plot lines where they'd focus on a different part of the world or a different character.
Well, you also got to see firsthand. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. You got to see firsthand the experience that they were having while they were traveling the world. You got to see the scars of the world and the people in the world that were created that were a part of that scenario.
Yes. God, we've lost an art. We've lost it. We got to regain it somehow, or we're doomed forever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, I agree.
Now I can't go to sleep tonight because I'm gonna be thinking about that.
Yeah.
DJ, getting a little echo on you.
Huh? Oh.
Yeah. It's you could, like I said, there's lots we could do for the scenario. It's just a matter of fixing Star Wars. I honestly think fixing Star Wars, the best way, honestly, if they had just gone with TV shows and just slowly just played TV shows out and had a couple things.
And don't go for a younger demographic and assume that your audience actually has a modicum of intelligence, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, and fucking stop the Baby Yoda thing. That's so fucking...
Stop trying to sell toys. Once again, this goes back to, like, kids and... what's that term? Kidults? Disney adults? Stuff like that. Stop trying to sell product. Just make something good and then make product.
I know both me and Bob are hypocrites saying that because you're in effect Bob is
Sorry, what?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, you're saying I need someone who's not an adult.
I mean someone who's an adult, a real adult.
Which had alter.
Yeah.
Need an adult. But go on with what you're gonna say, Chief. The hypocrisy.
Well, it's hypocrisy between me and you talking about it. Technically, between the both of us, we both have a how to put it bluntly. You collect Warhammer stuff, and I've legitimately am playing video games.
When?
So I'm not exactly.
Well, I shouldn't say when. I should say since when. Because I stopped doing that a long time ago. Ever since I joined the Navy, that's the last time I've ever had a Warhammer model. No Warhammer product has graced my presence since.
Okay, yeah, but it doesn't matter. We play D&D. Said about we fall under kidults. Let's just put it that way. But the difference is that we're not Disney.
No, we don't. We fall under nerds, geeks, people who are fans. All right, we don't buy the fucking Funko Pops now, do we?
I bought Funko Pops.
I will speak for myself then. You disgusting, filthy creature. Purchased a Funko Pop.
Mega Man Funko Pops, man. Fuck rights. Yeah, I bought Mega Man Funko Pops.
Bully this man.
It's Mega Man. Yes, I'm gonna buy anything Mega Man because I love Mega Man.
If you're gonna buy something Mega Man, don't go for a Funko Pop. You're really gonna go for the corporate shit. I'd understand if you got like one of those Mega Man figurines, like like the anime figurines that people get, like the Hatsune Mikus and all that. I'd understand that. I'd get that, but a Funko Pop, really? You going for a Funko Pop?
They're cheap.
Then don't touch it. All right. That stuff is a sin. It is a blasphemy upon geekdom.
I go
entirely.
for cheap. They weren't a blasphemy for geekdom. They became a blasphemy because normies got their hands on it. That's when it got stupid. But anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. We're going to be stalling out early tonight. Tomorrow is the Conan comics. And Bob watched Wolverine and the X-Men. All right, you guys have yourselves a very good night, and we'll see you next time. Talk to you guys later. Bye.